Welcome to the Italian Alps, otherwise known as the Dolomites, a glorious mountain range in the north of Italy at the border of Austria. We are visiting today our wonderful friends from Ciasa Salares. They're going to show you why this destination in the north of Italy is so popular for destination weddings and honeymoons all year round. Hi, Clemens. How are you?
Hello, everyone. Fine. How about you, Renee?
Really great. We're very excited to have you today. And to our wonderful audience, we'd like to introduce you to the newest member of the Wedaways team, Maritza Garcia, right here in Southern California, although you wouldn't know it if you're looking behind her. But she is taking care of all of our digital media marketing. How are you doing, Maritza?
I'm good. I'm good. Excited to be here.
Good. We are so happy that you are part of our team and that you're here today. If some of you are watching this video on YouTube or on our website, you'll know that someone is missing. And that person is my co-founder and daughter, Pamela. She's on maternity leave. The baby hasn't quite come yet, but she will be back in a few weeks joining us, and maybe we'll even introduce you to the little one that's on its way. We're very excited about it. Wedaways is a dual-sided marketplace. We have a wonderful trusted search engine that features luxury properties around the world that cater to the wedding and honeymoon markets. And we have a Virtuoso affiliated travel agency led by Pamela and her team, and we work with wedding planners and consumers directly with their venue searches, room block bookings, ground transfers, all kinds of marvelous excursions, and the most glorious honeymoons ever. So reach out to us at any time. If you are watching this on a recording, you can email us any questions you have, hello@wedaways.com, and we will be more than happy to answer. And if you're watching today with us live, just shoot your questions in the chat box and Maritza is going to call them out at the end. We will only be seeing today Ciasa Salares, and we're very delighted about that. Clemens, you know, you and I have something in common.
Passion for chocolate.
Yes, a passion for chocolate, yes. And an important Sarah in our lives, your girlfriend, and two of my daughter-in-laws are Sarah, and both of us go by our middle name. Your first name is Jan. Why do you go by Clemens?
Since I was a child, everyone used to call me Clemmy, which is a short name for Clemens. So I think that's the reason. Started with by my grandma, actually.
Really, and I also go by my middle name. My first name is, I never even refer to it, but since I was born, I've been called Renee. So we both have that in common, and lots more. Like you said, a passion for chocolate. Clemmy, take us away and show us the most beautiful property in the Dolomites.
With pleasure. Here we go. All right, are you able to see? Renee, can you see the pictures?
Yes, it's gorgeous, yes.
Ciasa Salares, a family-owned and family-run boutique hotel located in the heart of the Dolomites. So the Dolomites is a very small group of mountains located north of Italy, close to the borderline with Austria. And actually the Dolomites are located between the region of South Tyrol and the region of Veneto. The easiest way to reach us is to fly into the beautiful and extremely romantic Venice and drive 2 hours north towards our place. This is our property, located actually very close to the central area of the Dolomites, which is Park of Fanes. So we are actually the closest hotel to the entrance of the natural park. This is the view you have from the back of the hotel. And the Dolomites are UNESCO World Heritage Site since 2009, the second natural UNESCO site in Italy after the Aeolian Islands. We are talking about a very unique conformation of rocks. So actually the Dolomites are also called the Pale Mountains because they have this pink and white color, change color actually according to weather conditions. So when it rains, our mountains turn black. After a long day of sun, they turn pink, and at night with the alpenglow, they turn red. So this is a very peculiar phenomenon called a rosadira, which is the Italian alpenglow. In the wintertime, the Dolomites are probably have now become the best ski destination in Europe. The Dolomiti Superski is one of the largest ski resorts worldwide, with over 1,250 kilometers of slopes and the chance to ski through 4 different provinces of Italy. So let's get a bit to the history of Ciasa Salares. These are my grandparents. So my grandpa built a hotel in 1964. It's, as I said, a family-owned and family-run business. I'm working here with my mother. She's taking care about the design, the details, and the decoration of the property. My father taking care about the management, and at the end, me taking care about the food and beverage, the music, and marketing. Let's check the inside. So these are some of the common areas of the hotel at the entrance. We wanted to keep a warm and cozy alpine style. So even if it's quite a big hotel with 47 rooms, the guests always have the idea of being in a mountain chalet. So very warm, cozy, and alpine style tradition. The rooms are more modern, all of them recently renovated. We keep on refreshing them constantly, year after year. We start from 25 square meters, the smallest rooms, up to 75 square meters, the largest ones. All of the rooms have view on the mountains. All of the rooms have balcony. So we really never have panorama problems. It's a very silent and peaceful part of the valley. And last year we also added a very romantic penthouse suite designed for 2 people only, which is 110 square meters room facing the front, the back with the fireplace, and the back of the hotel, and the side of the hotel with the private jacuzzi on the terrace. Our strongest selling point, though, lays in the family hospitality, and probably all of this comes from my grandma. She used to be the original chef at the property. So in the 70s, she was the only receptionist. So she was doing all the jobs in the property. And since then, we started growing a lot our interest towards food and beverage. We have our own private garden, which is all cultivated following biologic and biodynamic agriculture. We try to grow as much as possible by ourselves. And we select local meats by ourselves, and we cure them in-house. Our hotel features 4 different dining options. We have a half-board restaurant where we serve also breakfast in the morning, large, rich Italian breakfast with over 150 items on the buffet. And then at night, the same restaurant switches into a triple choice menu, changing every day, proposing North Italian and Mediterranean cuisine. Then we have our sun-kissed terrace. We created kind of a chiringuito on the slopes for this place. This is the restaurant that we mainly use for events. So we've done many events with chefs, and then of course weddings, and also meetings with winemakers and local artisans from all over Italy. Definitely the best venue of the hotel to book for an event or for a birthday party. Then we have the Dine Bar, casual and informal venue of the house, high seats, perfect at aperitivo time with over 450 spirits on the list, and then enjoy some seafood. The Dolomites are only 2 hours far away from Venice, which is the second best fish market of Italy. And this gives to the guests the chance to enjoy at 2,500 meters above the sea level some of the best Italian seafood. We have a smoking lounge for cigar lovers as well. And then last but not least, one of the hidden gems of the hotel, our wine cellar. We're talking about one of the largest wine cellars in Italy, with roughly 30,000 bottles and almost 2,200 labels. And this is a restaurant as well. So the client has the chance to dine inside this little wine cellar, surrounded by thousands and thousands of bottles of wine. And here actually, we also have, this restaurant features two of the most dangerous rooms of the property. One is the cheese room, where we have over 75 different kinds of raw milk cheese selected from all over the Alps, and a chocolate room where we have over 130 different kinds of chocolate. The chocolate room has also a secret door, which looks like a normal shelf, that leads to the room of spirits. Quite a dangerous restaurant. This is usually what a table looks like at the end of the dinner. At night, we also do storytelling and grappa tasting in front of the fireplace. We have a spa as well, an indoor swimming pool connected to the garden. Outdoors, we have a fire-steamed sauna and a fire-steamed hot tub facing the mountains, plus a relax area with whirlpool, infrared cabin, Turkish bath, saunas, and 3 treatment rooms for massage. We mainly do treatments with local products as mountain hay and local fruits. Last but not least, our private mountain hut. In here, we already organized many weddings. So imagine this is located 2,300 meters above the sea level in the heart of the natural park, with astonishing views on the mountains. It's a normal mountain hut without electricity. So to really feel the mountains, it's a perfect location. This is the picture of a ceremony with it up on the natural park. Actually, it's been quite a challenging day because we had snow in the morning. And this is usually what the mountain hut looks like.
Beautiful.
That's it. I think I've shown you more or less everything about the property. If there are any questions, or just let me know.
No, I actually, thank you so much. The property is so gorgeous. We do have a few questions. When did you start the chocolate room? What was that inspiration?
The chocolate room started over 5 years ago. So it started when we used to have, because we used to have a double Michelin starred restaurant in-house. And the chocolate room was a very original feature for a Michelin starred restaurant. But then we noticed that a double Michelin starred restaurant gets a bit too stiff for the clients, mainly on the mountains, right? So we decided to close the restaurant, but keep the chocolate room. We enlarged it, we doubled it actually. And right now the clients can use this room at any time during all over the day.
Well, I remember when I was there, we walked through a small doorway, and it was a very small chocolate room at that time.
No, now it's it's
now,
much bigger.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, it's a 55 square meter chocolate room. No, it's a proper chocolate room.
And someone told me that when they come to see your family, the best gift to bring them is a special bottle of wine, because your dad and now you are big collectors of wine, aren't you?
Yeah, and actually it's a very personal wine selection and wine collection. So you really get to find some hidden gems. So not just big labels, but also wines by micro producers whose work really reflect the respect for the terroir and the sustainability of agriculture. So it's it's a special collection for sure.
And I remember also we went to the cheese room, and it looks like it got bigger from when I was there too. It's beautiful and incredibly delicious.
Yeah, actually we keep on changing and refreshing the food and beverage offer every year. Actually, there are a few more rooms coming in the next 2 years.
Oh, do we get a
One
sneak
room is
peek?
going to be dedicated to tea. So we're going to have a tea room with a selection of roughly 100 different kinds of tea. And I'm also studying something about a spice room dedicated to spices, but we're working on it.
Well, I want to share with our audience that you are quite an interesting individual with a lot of talent. You know so much about wine and cigars and the F&B that you were talking about, and you speak so many languages. Can you share with us what languages you speak?
Well, it's Italian, German, Latin, and English. But the most important of these ones is definitely Latin. Latin is a language that we only speak on the Dolomites. It's actually a very old language that started with the Roman invasion about 2,500 years ago. So actually the Latin spoken by the soldiers mixed with our local dialect called the Rhetic dialects, and that's how the Reto Latino started. And the Reto Latino of 2,500 years ago is the Latin that we are speaking today. Shumat manda by Ladin, krijgt Guntje da capisci chi dice. Doesn't sound like Italian, doesn't sound like German. It's just something by side.
A tiny bit like Portuguese almost.
It does a bit. Actually, it's very similar to Romanian.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. And they speak a similar kind of Latin also in Switzerland.
Really? Oh, because I know in Switzerland it's French, Italian, and German, but also this I didn't know.
Yeah, in Canton dei Grigioni, they also speak Latin.
Is
They
it
call it Roman.
Oh, Romanish, right? It would mean the influence from. Well, isn't Romania coming from Roman, right?
Honestly, I don't know.
I don't know. It sounds like it would. It would make sense. When you grew up, was that a language you spoke in the house?
Yeah, it was my first language. Then Italian came along because of tourism, of course, and I was living in the hotel. And then since we started school, German stepped in, which has never been a very easy language for me.
It's a very difficult language.
It's a difficult language, and the sound is not very, how can I say, attractive to me. And, but in our areas at school, you have half of subjects in Italian and half of the subjects in German. So it's quite complicated. Imagine mathematics in German.
I can't imagine mathematics. Forget it. Oh my God. And German on top of it. I failed. I drop out. Oh my God. That's amazing. That is really something. Are your grandparents in the hotel on a daily basis still?
They are in the hotel. Actually, my grandpa is more active at the aperitivo times. All right, she hangs around at the bar, inviting guests and doing public relations. My grandma, actually, she's working. She's a tough worker. She's always been working, so she never gives up. And actually, she still bakes the jams every morning.
Wow.
So at breakfast, you can enjoy every day a selection of over 17 different kinds of jams.
That's amazing. Wow. And all delicious. I know it just was like the highlight of my trip. I spent 5 weeks in Italy. I rented a car, and it was the highlight of my trip. Between coming to Ciasa Salares, meeting your family, your dad took us to a really cool mountain hut somewhere like secluded. It was such an adventure. And your mom introduced us to a wedding planner in the Dolomites who speaks German and Italian. And I think her name is Renee also. And she's very, very nice. And she's worked with some of our North American wedding planners in the region who need some assistance on the ground. Super fabulous wedding planner. Yeah. And the weddings in the region are glorious year round. And you're a ski in, ski out property?
Yes, we are actually 50 meters far from the slope, so we are actually very close. I remember a few years ago, we had a wedding here in the property where we had like the bride, she was wearing like a white ski suit, similar to a wedding dress. And actually they spent the whole day doing the Sella Ronda, so skiing around the 4 Latin-speaking valleys. And around 4:30 p.m., they came to the hotel skiing. And then they had the whole ceremony and the after party here in the hotel.
Oh, and I know they had a great dinner because the food is absolutely the best food. I mean, I've been in every part of Italy. I think there's not one region that I have not enjoyed. And the food was beyond anything I've ever tasted at your property. I mean, the 4 restaurants
I believe this is because of the clash of different cultures.
Maybe. Oh.
When two cultures meet, you get to know the other one always in a very strong way, right? So actually, on Italian food, I can say that on the Dolomites we are really connoisseurs of not just one region, but of all the region entirely. And this gives the chance to the client, to the guests, to have even great recipes from Naples, from Milan, from Torino, from Piemonte, from Veneto, from all over Italy. And it's a very big thing.
That's amazing. Well, you know what? I have to share with you that whenever I get a chance to see you in person, and it's never in Italy, it's always in France or somewhere else where we're traveling. I want to tell you personally, it is always a great joy when I see you because you are one of the most worldly, knowledgeable, charming people that I know in the world. And it's always a huge pleasure to spend time with you. And Maritza, this is the first time you've been on one of our webinars and you got to meet Clemmy. So I'm so happy because really he's one of our most favorite friends in the entire world. And it's been a great honor. We will definitely see you again. Clemmy, if you have any videos that you can share, we would love to be able to put them on your 3-page profile on Wedaways because yeah, it would be great because we get a lot of activity with videos and that will be fantastic. And I think, is there anything you want to ask, Maritza?
I don't think so. I really enjoyed the presentation though, that just there's so much like history behind it. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it really is. This is a real family business.
definitely.
Fabulous. Okay, well, we are so delighted all of you joined us. Next Thursday, October 20th, we are going to be featuring, is it October 20th or October 22nd? I need to ask you, Maritza, if you can check that. We will be going to France. Of all of the webinars that we have done, our Wedaways, Getaways webinar feature, since May, when we were inspired by COVID-19 to do this series, we have never gone to France. So you'll have to tune in or check out our properties from France. It's a beautiful part of the world. And we will share 3 gorgeous properties with you next week. Clemmy, from our family to yours, we wish you a joyous, festive season with lots of good health, happiness, and prosperity, and lots of hugs to everyone in your family.
Thank you very much. Sideways.
Thank you. We'll take it. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for checking in, and we will see you soon. Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Bye.